Hello everyone, welcome back to
開いた
999. Last time we left off, we managed to open this door, after saving Snake of course, from the coffin. And I don't know how this is going to change stuff on the other path, or how I'm supposed to get the coffin open on that path, but we'll see.
ああ、そのようだね。
Seven clearly hadn't thought their experimentation would produce anything useful, and looked rather confused. Yeah, I mean it did actually work. Snake was, as usual, calm and smug. The door slid closed. Junpei's forehead furrowed as he thought.
謎のバングルに割り振られた数字は6だったってことか。
Yup.
だけど、どうして6なんだ?
Like I said, my only real guess is that this is insinuating that June is 0.
バングルの文字盤には0と表示されているのに。
Suddenly, from somewhere far beneath them, they heard the creak and groan of tearing metal. With it came the sound of water pouring into parts of the ship that had until recently been dry.
まずいな。タイムリミットが来ちまったのか。
Yeah.
とにかく扉が開くことは分かったんだ。行こう。行くって。ニルス、お前はどうするんだよ。
そうだ。先に進めるのは俺と順平だけだぜ。
安心しろ。いい考えがあるんだよ。
Oh, whoops, sorry. My last resort, but if now is not the time for last resorts, then when?
最後の
手段
Okay. Goodbye. We're out of here. How does the... I guess we just scanned the extra bracelet in front of the dead, even though it doesn't really need it because it's not attached to a body anymore. I wonder if we actually if we actually let it go off, like if we didn't scan that one, if like the corpse in the captain's quarters would just explode. Like, did he actually have a bomb in him? He was clearly killed by something else. Junpei, Seven, and Snake ran full tilt down a long, straight hallway. Oh. I thought Snake wouldn't be allowed in here with us. I guess we've, like, gotten in the door and, like, quote-unquote disarmed it, I suppose? So that's how? Kind of like how we've been able to go in rooms that other people already cleared. But, yeah, I didn't... Especially since they just said, Snake, you're not going to be able to come with us or whatever, so... I guess Snake came through anyway. Like I said, maybe it, like, disarmed the door and then we're good. We can just freely pass through. They were headed for the stern of the ship and had no time for distractions. As they ran, Seven spoke.
それにしても驚いたな。まさかそんな手があったとは。なあ、ニルス、どうして最初からその手を使わなかったんだ。
Oh, it's a situation where they're going to explain exactly. It just struck me as weird that Snake was coming, but...
だから言っただろ。最後の手段だって。初めからそんなことをしたら、真っ先に僕が疑われることになるじゃないか。
Used at the beginning of the game, I would have come under a great deal of suspicion. Yeah, they just kind of jumped here without telling us exactly how you did it.
こいつが犯人だ。こいつこそがゼロに違いない。そう言って、みんなで寄ってたかって僕のことを糾弾し始める。
Do you just have something special that you possibly got from Zero that allows you to just go through the
そうなる
doors?
のは目に見えて分かってた。だから、本当にどうにもならなくなった時にだけ、ギリギリの状況に追い詰められた時にだけ、外そうと思ってたんだよ。あのバングルを。
A little trick up my sleeve. I just take my bracelet off. Snake's plan had been simple but effective. He'd simply removed his bracelet. How? To Junpei, it had looked as though Snake had simply crushed the bones of his hand until they were small enough to fit through the wristband. Oh my god, wait, that's what you did? Wow. okay, you can just like dislocate your hand. It's like, you know, like double jointed people or just like people that can just like, you know, dislocate those things and do like really crazy stretches and stuff. It's like that kind of situation. But oh wait, which arm is your bracelet on? Maybe it's just because it's your prosthetic arm, yeah. How had he done it? Yeah. That makes sense. Okay, yeah. I was thinking it was just like, yeah, some people that... I mean, it would be really hard to do that with your hand. Like, I couldn't think of many ways you could do that with your hand that would allow you to squeeze it through a bracelet, but like, it feels like I've seen people do pretty crazy stuff to get a bracelet off or over their hand like that before in media. So I thought like maybe something really weird was going on there, but yeah, God, my brain, sorry. It's not a good day for me. Snake had slid the bracelet off and tossed it into the coffin. Yeah, okay, that makes sense. Yeah, you just took your arm off, straight up, and just tossed it into the coffin. That is very useful, I gotta say. What a good, like, trump card to have. Yeah, that makes a lot of sense, because, yeah, you can just remove the prosthetic arm. So, wow, I should have thought of that earlier, actually. I mean, we haven't really had much interaction with Snake, aside from very early on, so I hadn't had time to think about it. But yeah, as long as it's on the left arm, like, you can just take it off. He'd walked through the door easily without authenticating. He stepped out the other side unscathed and began running down the hall alongside Seven and Junpei. Well, now I just hope somebody doesn't walk into that room, see your arm in the coffin, and just take it for the bracelet. That would be unfortunate for us. They kept running for a while longer and eventually came upon a set of stairs leading downward on the right side of the hallway. They stopped and peered down the staircase. Doesn't look like it's underwater? I guess that's a typo. Doesn't look like it's underwater. They nodded quietly to one another and jogged down the stairs. It took only a few minutes to make their way to the bottom deck. There was a single hallway in front of them, at the end of which was a single door. Junpei threw it open. Inside was a massive iron gate. A plate was affixed to the top of it. It read Incinerator. Yeah, I don't think that would be a very fun experience. That's putting it lightly, you know? Getting burned alive. I imagine the story is explaining that you've already taken part in the games before. Junpei grumbled, gave Snake a dirty look, and jogged over to the lever. I mean, I think that's fair. Like, it would take a minute, but I mean, you could just say, like, I've participated in the games before, but I understand Snake wanting to kind of keep that from us. He pulled the lever down. With the rumble of an ancient motor, the door opened. There was no need to hold back and no time to hesitate. They pushed their way inside. Standing in front of them were Ace and Lotus. Ace still held the revolver in his hand. It was still pressed hard against Lotus's temple. A small dark bruise had begun to form near the tip. Even from several yards away, Junpei could see that Lotus was shaking. She was terrified. But perhaps more interesting was what Junpei saw behind them. 9. Another number 9 door. The door stopped Junpei in his tracks. It simply shouldn't have been there. As his brain finally began to consider why, the whine of a warning klaxon... Klaxon? I'm guessing that's alarm? Filled the air, drowning out any thought.
Emergency alert!
Warning.
Emergency alert. Emergency incineration command has been confirmed. Automatic incineration will take action. 9 minutes. Please evacuate the incinerator immediately.
ああ、いいね。盛り上がってきたじゃないか。なかなかいい演出だと思うぞ、ゼロ。
A terrifying smile twisted Ace's
頭
face.
の悪そうなお前らのために翻訳してやろう。今のアナウンスはな。
焼却システムの開始を告げるものだ。あと9分でこのドームは火の海になる。そう言ったんだ。
ああ、お前は誰だ？
Of course it's 9 minutes.
わからないのか？ニルスだよ。
ニルス？ああ、そうかそうか。生きてたんだったな、お前。そんなへんてこな衣装を着てるもんだからわからなかったよ。よくぞご無事で。生きてて何よりだった。
Ace's voice didn't change. Snake ground his
とこ
teeth.
ろでお前らどうやってここに来たんだ？ニルス、順平、セブン、この3人では9の扉は開けないはずだが、もしかして四つ葉のバングルを使ったのか？
Okay, yeah, so Ace is specifically asking about Clover because I mentioned Clover's bracelet too, but yeah, we had a different way to do it.
なんだと？
Yeah, and now Snake's going to find out from the person we did not want Snake to find out that Clover is dead. Yeah, I know.
ああ、どうやらその反応からすると違うようだね。
待て。どうして突然四つ葉のバングルなんて話が出てくるんだ？
Junpei felt his chest tighten.
まさかお前まだ教えてもらってないのか？
何をだ？
そうか、その様子だとやはり知らないようだな。本来であればもっとたっぷりともったいつけてじらしてやるところなんだが、あいにくと時間がない。手っ取り四つ葉はな。
やめろ一味や、それ以上言うな。
Whoops, didn't mean to skip that little bit of your line there, Ace.
四つ葉は
やめろと言ってるだろ。ニルス、聞いちゃダメだ。
Junpei could feel his voice going hoarse, but Snake didn't listen to
四
him.
つ葉。どうしたんだ？
Ace looked at him. The corner of his mouth curled into the hook of a cruel
四
smile.
つ葉はな、死んでしまったんだよ。
Oh, I'm surprised you didn't actually just come out and say, yeah, I murdered Clover. The color left Snake's face. He shook his head weakly.
そんなバカな。嘘だろ。嘘に決まってる。
嘘なもんか。私が殺したんだ。間違いない。
なんだと？
もう一度言ってやろうか。私が殺したんだ。
Snake's face twisted into a mask of rage, mottled red rising to dot his pale skin. His entire body shook. He looked to Junpei disturbingly like a demon.
本当ならもっと苦しませずに行かせてやりたかったんだがな。この銃を使って頭を撃ち抜いて。だがそんなことをしたら銃声が響き渡ってしまう。だからナイフを使ったんだよ。9番の男が持っていたあのナイフをな。ちょうど肩甲骨の下あたりだったか。うまい具合に肋骨の隙間をすり抜けてくれてね。ああ、そうそう。彼女の肉はとっても柔らかかったよ。何の抵抗もなくスッとナイフの刃がうずもれていった。あの感触、思い出しただけでもゾクゾクするね。
Ugh.
できることならもう一度味わいたいぐらいだ。
Incineration will start in 7 minutes.
殺してやる。
Snake's words were a guttural growl, barely
あ
audible.
あ、なんだって？
殺してやる。 殺してやる。
ああ、殺してやるって言ったのか。
I mean, hopefully we can get Ace some just desserts, because I personally love seeing these characters that feel like they're invincible have their moment where they really break down. We already had that once with Ace where we found out his whole deal, but now you know, another one. 2 is good.
どうぞ、やれるもんならやってみたまえ。
よせニルス。ダメだ、奴の挑発に乗るな。
ほら、どうした？かかってこいよ。すぐに妹のところに行かせてやるぜ。
ダメだニルス。やめろ。
But Snake can no longer hear them. Snake can no longer hear anything. Snake moved like a bolt of lightning. His scream echoed through the incineration chamber, full of rage and despair. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, we knew how that was going to go, unless you pulled off some really, really crazy stuff. Yeah. That was how this was going to end. I talked about, like, we really should have said something to Snake before, because if he finds out from somebody else, it's not going to be good. I mean, it wasn't going to be good either way, but we would have had a higher chance of avoiding this. Another scream filled the room. It was Lotus. She ran across the room towards Junpei, her eyes wide with terror. Snake's ill-fated attack had loosened Ace's grip on her, and she'd made a run for it. She reached Seven and Junpei and ducked behind them.
Incineration will start in 5 minutes.
その女を渡せ。
I don't know, how good of a shot are you with that? I mean, you hit Snake, but he was running in a straight line at you, so he raised the
そい
gun.
つがいないと困るんだよ。私とその女と例の9番のバングルで認証を行わないと、この背後にある9の扉から脱出することができないんだ。
Yep.
だから、早くしてくれ。時間がないんだ。
In the center of the room, Snake's body lay eerily still. He looked like a human larva, prone and vulnerable on the floor.
ああ、なるほど。やむをえんな。ならば君たちにはここで死んでもらうことにしよう。
How many bullets did they put in that thing? They should have just put 1.
幸いなことに弾はまだ5発も残っている。
Yeah, unfortunately you had a full set. Full chamber.
淳平君に1発、社に1発、そこのバカでかい男に3発お見舞いして、私は社の体を引きずりながらこの部屋を後にすることにしよう。
Incineration will start in 4 minutes.
さあ、そろそろ時間だ。君たちと遊べて楽しかったよ。
Junpei could see Ace's finger tighten. He could see it begin to squeeze down on the trigger. His body tensed, preparing for the catastrophic impact of hot lead against human flesh.
それじゃあな。
Then it happened.
してやる。
I was about to say, we didn't actually confirm Snake was dead. You know, so Snake could help us out here. And I feel like where this is going to go is Snake's going to hold him down, we're going to leave, and he's going to incinerate with Ace, which is a horrible way to go. Oh. Oh, you're standing up and everything. I thought you were just like, I don't know, maybe you're crawling to him or something.
バカな。
Wait. How do you have 2 arms? I thought we left the prosthetic arm. Wait, wait, I just realized. I'm like, wait, did we leave the prosthetic arm? So where'd your second arm come from? Yeah, I just realized it when they said, wait, what? No, that's impossible. I'm like, yeah, wait a second. Because we went through the... You had to leave the bracelet. I thought that's what they were saying, was that you just took your prosthetic arm off and left it, but I guess more so what they're saying is you got the bracelet off your prosthetic arm? Okay, that makes more sense. I thought you were just running around with one arm right now. I guess I should have picked up on that wasn't the case based off of the art that we were being shown in like the like little dialogue things and stuff. But yeah, okay, yeah. God, today is not my day. For the first time, Ace's composure broke. With obvious effort, Snake lunged forward one step closer to Ace, then another. He looked for all the world like a zombie. Aw, this is a cute remix. His voice was the mournful wailing of the undead.
来るな、それ以上近づいてみろ。今度こそ本当にお前を。
Ah, you're worried because you're like, oh shit, if I use another bullet on you, I'm not gonna have enough to finish the other three. You're really nothing without that gun, or if you're sneaking up on like a young girl, huh? With a knife? You don't think you could take any of us? Snake didn't stop. He continued his stiff, inexorable approach, his eyes twin pools of pure fury.
聞こえないのか。来るなと言ってるだろうが。
What are you gonna do? That's not gonna work, Ace. You've already shot him once. What, do you think he's just gonna stop?
くそこの死に族の夢。
Okay, wow. Huh. God, our ears must be ringing right now. That's a revolver. Holy shit. This is an enclosed room? Ow, our ears. And also yours. Ace's revolver leapt 5 times. 5 times, the air in the incinerator was split by the crack of a bullet. Snake's body twitched as 5 clouds of blood and torn flesh leapt into the air across his body. Fine pink mist drifted from his body and disappeared. Junpei didn't have time to ponder what that meant before. And then his strength was gone. His legs crumbled and his broken and battered body slid through the floor.
Incineration will start in 3 minutes.
今度こそシン。
Yeah, but now you don't have any weapons, and there's 3 of us and 1 of you. I mean, you have a knife, to be fair, but... I'm sure we could find, like, a pipe or something. But Snake wasn't done. Oh my god! That is not a small pistol. These are big shots. Even as the pool of blood beneath him grew, he began to move. He half crawled, half slid toward Ace. One bloody arm wrapped itself around Ace's leg. Just going by, just too angry to die. It's straight up that meme, just too angry to die. And the other gripped his thigh with strength that should have been long gone.
貴様、バカ者か。
I mean, honestly, kinda is crazy that he's still doing all of this. I mean, maybe there's going to be some kind of thing with, like, because he was involved in the experiments, he's, like, more durable or something like that, but that wasn't really what the experiments were about. But I think you're just getting by on pure anger.
離すんだ。くそ。
He kicked at Snake with his free leg, driving his foot in the snake's face, his arm, his shoulder. It made no difference. Snake refused to release him. Once a snake has ensnared its prey, rarely does it release it. Okay, yeah. We're going with that.
一味や、これで終わりだな。僕と共に地獄の豪華に焼かれるといい。
なんだと。
I feel like Ace could probably get away. But yeah, I mean, I guess he has a really good grip. Snake always seemed kind of lanky, but I guess he's pretty toned under there.
Incineration will start in 2 minutes.
いやくそくそ。離すんだ、このけたものめ。わかった。それじゃあこうしよう。
Okay, we're at the bargaining part. Oh, yeah, think about it this way, you know.
私の会社の傘下にある病院、そこに優秀な医者がいる。この程度の傷ならおそらく簡単に治してもらえるはずだ。
Is he not wounded too serious? You shot him 6 times with a revolver. Of course he's wounded seriously. I mean, I know you're just desperate in saying whatever, but my god.
君は知らない。きっと助かる。だからな。
哀れだな。この子に及んで命乞いとは。
And Seven and Lotus began to speak. Junpei could hear tears in their voices, and their words are strained.
もういい。もう十分だ。
ええ、そうよニルス。もう分かったわ。
I mean, we're not out yet, and Ace hasn't burned alive yet, so I don't actually know if that's true at all. I mean, I get what you're saying. He's doing some crazy shit that shouldn't even be possible, but...
最後、ニルス、ここ出るんだ。
一緒に行きましょう。みんなで脱出するの。
Snake turned towards them. He coughed and blood splattered across the floor. Then he smiled a sad sort of smile.
悪いけど、それはできないよ。僕に構わず、君たちは早く脱出を。僕はこいつを道連れにして。
うるさい！ダメ！
僕は四つ葉を妹を守れなかった。
Yeah, I mean, I kind of expected this is where this route was going to go since Clover was dead. But at least it seems like we have another route where we can save her.
これはせめてもの罪滅ぼしさ。あの世であいつに許してもらう。さあ、だから早く行け。行くんだ。
Incineration will start in
Yeah, I mean, I'm surprised, not only surprised he can hold on, but even that he can talk with 6 bullet holes in him.
1 minute.
くそ、ダメだ。もう時間がない。行くぞ、ジュペイ。や。
Unfortunately for Ace, he got into a fight with Snake, and then the anime opening music started playing, and that's when Ace realized, oh god, I fucked up. Oh no, turn that music off. Seven ran towards the exit. Lotus followed him, but Junpei couldn't move. There were white lines down Snake's cheeks where his tears had washed the blood away. He was broken, body and soul, and Junpei felt as though half his own heart had been torn out. His eyes stung, and he tried desperately to swallow to clear the lump in his throat.
何をやってる。早く行け。
Junpei's chest tightened, pulled taut by anger, misery, and a cold feeling of emptiness. Pure emotion surged through his heart alongside the torrent of blood. He could feel it building, a tremendous wave growing taller and taller and taller. And then it broke, crashing down with thunderous force onto his shaken, unprepared mind. Junpei's rational mind was gone. He was driven by instinct now, and he launched himself across the floor at Snake and Ace. Or he tried to. Thanks, Seven. You are pretty much saving my life here. Felt a hand grab him from behind. It was Seven. Before he had time to react, the larger man had pinned Junpei's arms to his side and was hauling his body back toward the door.
Incineration will start in 10 seconds.
I mean, honestly, I did not expect Junpei to have this aggressive of a reaction to Snake dying. This is what I would expect if something happened to June, but apparently they've gotten a lot more attached and everything. I mean, going through something messed up like this will help with getting attached to people, I suppose.
7, 6.
仕方ねえ。 悪く思うなよ。
Thanks, Seven.
5, 4, 3,
せやれよ。
2, 1, 0.
Oh, Seven must not. Seven better not have died too.
Gate 2 and Gate 3. Lockdown complete. Engaging incineration.
Junpei felt Seven's fist bury itself deep in his stomach, and then his legs turned to mush. Seven scooped him up in the same motion and leapt through the door. Slam shut behind him. Okay, Seven made it. It sounded like there was a throwing motion, and I thought he fastball pitched me out of the door, and then just gave me a thumbs up. Junpei struggled to shaky feet. He glanced over to see Lotus only a short distance away. Junpei ran to the door.
あいつは
There was a small window cut into it. Inside he could see Ace and Snake. Oh god. I mean, honestly, I don't want to see this. And this is a awful way to go, but if anybody deserves it, it's going to be you. But Ace Snake doesn't.
くそー！なぜだ？なんでだ？どうして私が
Probably because you're a shithead.
こんな目に遭わなければならない答えろ！ゼロ！どうしてどうしてゼロ！ゼロ！
I mean, honestly, Ace, in my ideal situation, you wouldn't be going out this way. You would be going away for a long time so you can experience the full breadth of the punishment that you need. But getting burned alive is rough.